There it is, baby. Hey, you're listening to It's a Wrap, and this is episode 14 with John Eaton and David Novak.
Yeah! So you notice that I have this coming out of the side of my head right here. It's because these are wrapped in socks.
What?
They're wrapped.
What do you mean?
My headphones are wrapped in socks because
Why?
because the stuff is coming off of the actual foamy part. So then when I put it on, it gets all over everything. So now I put these socks over it.
Okay, well, what that tells me is that we have to start making money doing this.
We should start a GoFundMe.
We should because I mean, if you got to stick socks on your headphones, man, we've got a problem. You know, I mean, we got a lot of problems anyway. But
that's true. But that's why I'm hospitalized two weeks out of the year.
We've got a couple of things this show that I think you'll be kind of interested in. We have we're going to talk about a movie that we both saw.
Yes.
That maybe you saw too. Just came out. I think it was a week ago. So you probably know what it is, but we're not going to give it away yet.
No.
There may be a clue that could be happening, but maybe not. But we'll be reviewing a certain movie. And we have a new pope. And
we do.
Talk about that. Yeah, we have new pope.
A new pope, which is why you see the heavenly aura around me.
Yes.
You don't see it around Dave.
No,
we can talk about why later, perhaps the Antichrist. I'm not sure. But
it's a potpourri.
Potpourri.
Potpourri. I used that last show, but it worked before. Why not use it again? Are you hungry? Do you have a popsicle over there? I don't know what to tell you. Okay.
You got one more? You need one more. You need one more.
I'll think of another one in a minute.
A popsicle?
A popsicle.
A potpourri.
I think that if we were to market little popsicles shaped as the new pope, and call them popsicles, I think we could make some money here.
We could.
Maybe you could get some new headphones.
That would help anyways.
It's just an idea. I come up.
You know what else? We could get pre-popsicle popsicles, which is just like black smoke coming out of and you can lick the smoke.
Pre-papal popsicles.
There you go.
Pre-papal popsicles. Do we have an unofficial sponsor today?
We do.
All right.
We do have. Here it is for today. It's Catalina Crunch. It is cinnamon toast. It's keto friendly cereal. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Cereal. And it is. This is not the actual size though. This is enlarged so you can see the texture. Because we want you to see the texture.
Are there any left in that bag?
There is some in here.
I think you should try them.
I will, but I just want you to know that at the bottom it says "love in every bite," or it's on us. So I'm thinking I'm going to eat maybe 2/3, 3/4 of the bag, and then go. It was really good right up until that last little portion,
and then
and then I get a new bag. Yeah, that's my goal.
Okay,
and it has 9 grams of fiber, 11 grams of protein, which I might add is more than in this beef jerky right here, which is only 10 grams.
Are you ready to try this out?
Let's give it a shot. This is taking a lot longer than it should have. All right, there you go. First off, notice the significant size difference.
Yeah, you need some love. These are love crunches, right? Love in every bite. Okay.
I loved that bite.
You loved that bite.
That bite right there I did love. So I'm going to try another one.
Ooh.
So far, 2 out of 2. Thank you.
All right.
So if you're having problems with GMO or maybe you can't have gluten, this is gluten free.
Hold it down, people. We don't ask you to come in
And they
cause
just,
a ruckus.
I don't go to their place of business and knock burgers off the grill when they're working, do I?
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready to move on?
Yes, we can move on now.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Okay. Well, there it is. Holy cow. That was very Pope-like. Very like God thing.
Okay, we're going to talk about a movie that we both saw recently.
Yes, we did. Who wants to start on the movie?
Well, okay, I'll give the name of the movie, and then you can start, and then I'll just throw my 3.5 cents in. But
all right, go ahead.
Okay, the name of the movie. We went and saw a movie last week. Well, not together because he lives in Tennessee. I live in South Carolina, so that would have been kind of a hard thing to do. But I went with my wife and friends, and he went with
myself and my son and his girlfriend.
You don't have any friends, apparently.
I don't have any friends, but I can kidnap my son if I offer to pay for his ticket.
Yeah. And that's good enough, right?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, we went and saw Thunderbolts, the newest Marvel movie. Yes, so go ahead, John. Hey, you know what? Before you do that, before you do what you're going to do, I think it would be kind of cool if we were to let everybody watch. Can you see it, John?
Oh, a little bit of it. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead on.
Here we go.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep the American people safe?
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So none of us can fly? So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Stop! Stop! Speed! John, stop!
Where
are you?
Everyone has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
Cool. We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that
8
was
more
really
minutes of
good.
this left. Don't worry.
We are the Thunderbolts.
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can rise to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little giddy toy.
Alexi, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Wasn't that cool?
It was cool. It's you want to start?
Oh man. Okay. First of all, 7.7 on IMDb. Oh, hold on. All right, wait. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. I had it looping through a couple times.
Oh.
Okay, so we saw the movie.
Yes, we did.
I'm going to cut right to the chase with my grade. I call this the Novak grade. You know, it's what I call it, and I usually give a letter grade, not necessarily a number grade, but I give it a B. I know you're going to get mad at me for that. You want higher, I know, but I don't give A's ever, hardly. I just don't. It's got to be like an Oscar winner, and it's got to be beyond fantastic. But a B for me is actually really pretty good. Okay, I kind of lean towards a B plus a little bit, and the more I think about it, maybe I am a B plus, but somewhere in that grade. IMDb, by the way, they had 58,000 ratings, 58 plus as of a second ago, and they were giving it a 7.7. So that's right in with kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
IMDb tends to be a little bit more towards industry people, whereas Rotten Tomatoes is, more for the average crowd that walks it.
What's Rotten Tomatoes? Do we know what that is?
Last I heard, it was like 95% or something like that.
Do I have to look that up? Do I have to look that up because you didn't do
look that up. You look that up.
All right.
So I think it was like 90-something% for the customers, and not for the critics, I believe. But just to throw a couple other things at you out there, the only reason I gave it a B, maybe B plus, and not a little bit higher, I thought the second act dragged just a little bit, and it was a little bit hard to follow here and there. That's just my humble opinion. And if you're a Marvel aficionado expert out there, you probably say, "What's wrong with you, David? I followed it perfect." Well, I'm just an average guy. I'm an actor. But but anyway, and so I thought it dragged a little bit in the second act, and it was a little bit hard to follow here and there. But overall, I thought it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. We really liked it a lot. And a couple of quick shout outs to Florence Pugh, who played Yelena. I thought she was excellent. Let's see. David Harbour played her dad, and he was the one that you saw in the trailer. And he played Alexei, and he also did. You might recognize him. I believe he's on Stranger Things. He played the sheriff.
Oh, has he? Really?
Yeah, he's the same guy, and he does this great Russian accent in the film, and he's really pretty funny. And of course, Julia Louis-Dreyfus did a good job as the villain in it, and lots of great performances. But I thought it was really pretty good. So I definitely recommend you going and see it. What'd you find out for Rotten Tomatoes?
94%.
Yeah, I knew it was 90. Is that the audience?
That's the popcorn. Yeah, the audience.
Okay,
the audience rating. The reviews is 88%.
Now that's okay. When the reviews are almost as high as the audience, that tells you a lot about it. So the reviews are kind of in line with what I was thinking, B plus maybe, and the customers are in the A area. So what do you think? What do you?
I will go a little bit with your second half. Sort of. I don't think it. I'm not going to use the word drags, but
slow.
But it's a little bit slower. But overall, loved it. There's some really nice tender moments. And there's also some hysterical moments in it.
Yeah, there's some good comedic.
So I think it's the bad thing is Disney hasn't been doing a really good job lately. They've really been kind of sucking at their job, but this was great. And what's great about it is that it was just a fun movie. It was a fun superhero movie.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, and it's just fun, good guys versus bad guys. It was a good movie, and it was well written, and I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really, really well done, and a little bit some surprises in there, stuff like that. So it was a good go at it. We didn't have you didn't have a lot of what I love about movies. This is what I love about movies, especially these kind of movies, is that they're supposed to be escape films. And I'm not a big fan. Like I wasn't a big fan of Civil War because it stops being an escape film, and then we bring it in.
Depressing.
Yeah, we bring it into the real world, and we start adding in political nonsense that these aren't even real people. If we ever had real people like that, they would tell everybody, you know what? Shut up. We're not going to listen to you. We're going to go over here, and don't try to steal my stuff and come to my house because I'll blow you all up. It's just. People would leave them alone. They would save the world. Nobody would be. But, then these guys get in. You got some little guy who's, 80 years old or whatever he is, 70 years old. And he's telling him, now you're going to listen to me. And and if you don't, I'm going to put you in a cell. Shut up. And nobody wants to drag our fantasy world into the real world. We don't want that. We want to,
getting back to Civil War, I'm going to throw out my grade right now. It's C-.
Yeah, I'm not. I knew that I was a comic book guy, and I knew what that movie was going to be about, and I was like, that, and there's some things that I just don't like to watch because we don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to
do that. Hey, I don't know if they showed this trailer at when you went and saw it. I'm sure they did, but Mission Impossible is coming out with a new one. Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, they didn't see it at that.
Oh, they didn't run that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So
I'm a big fan too, and I can't wait. And I think it's. Is it at the end of this month? I'm not sure, but it's coming up pretty. Well, it couldn't be May. It must be June. But
I used to watch the original TV show. Did you watch the original TV show?
Oh,
see?
God.
Yeah, see?
Now we see this wasn't scripted. We weren't going to talk about this, but yeah, gray hair guy who was gray hair guy, Peter Graves.
Yeah, Peter Graves and Leonard Nimoy was on that show.
Leonard Nimoy, who later became Spock, of course.
Actually, I think he was Spock before that.
Was he?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Let's see, Barbara Bain.
Uh-huh.
She was one of the hero girl. I can't even remember. I can't believe I'm remembering.
That was a great show, man. That was a great.
It was. It was my favorite. We watched it every week when it came out.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the oldies but goodies.
Lalo Schifrin did the theme music, and they still use that in the current.
Well, you know what? You know, it's like Star Trek. If you don't drop that little thing in there every once in a while, then you just need to go home.
I know.
You need to go home.
Exactly.
So as long as we're on that little bit of a subject, I was talking. So they did a remake. Disney did a remake of Alice and Snow White. Snow White. No. What?
Didn't we review this?
I don't think we didn't review Snow White because
we didn't.
I haven't seen it yet. But
and I'm not gonna see it.
I'm like, why? There's certain classics, like why do you have to remake them? You don't need to. They're classics. They're great movies. We watched them when we were kids. We let our kids watch them. You don't need to remake it, and you don't need to change the story. It's the same thing with my superheroes. Don't mess with my superheroes. Don't go changing their sexes. Don't go changing their costumes. Don't make them hit their heads against the wall. Now they can't think. I just leave them alone. Let them be superheroes, and let's just, we did 3 or 4 movies with Christopher Reeves, Superman movies. Loved them, but maybe the third one was not the greatest. But loved all those movies. Sometimes you scratch your head on like, why can't he date her? What's the point? So he has to give everything up. Why? Right. We didn't make any sense. But that aside from the point, they managed to make 3 movies that were pretty okay. This time. Not only do they have to change the actor every single time they make the stupid movie, but they can't figure out, you read it and think, we don't know what to do with a superhero that can't, nothing can stop him. Hey,
look at Batman. How many Batmans have there been?
Right. There's been 1 billion Batmans.
I know, 5 or 6.
I call it peeing on the tree. It's where every time there's a director or something, they got to pee on the tree. I'm gonna change things. I'm gonna lift my leg on the tree. I'm gonna change it. Yeah, and it's just stupid, guys. It's like The Witcher. They got rid of what's his name, Superman. All of a sudden, we're not going to use him. We're going to use a new Superman. The Witcher is It's a TV show on. I think it's on Amazon. I'm not sure. Amazon or Netflix. It was pretty good. I saw it for a minute, but I'm not really into that kind of thing, so I stopped. But then they got rid of him because he argued with them because he's a super nerd gamer and it's based on a game and he's playing the lead. Who's the Superman guy? He was in I know I can't remember his name right now.
It's right there. I'm thinking I'm going to have to edit this part out right now.
Yeah, well, whatever. But I love him. I loved him as Superman. I loved him as The Witcher. And what I really love, it's kind of like that thing with Star Wars and people who they make even like all these, there were all these television series that came out based on games. So they had Fallout, which was great. And then they had another one with the Master Chief, and they screwed that one up. And it's because, what's his name? Cavill playing The Witcher, and he's like a super nerd. So he knows the game back and forth. And he's trying to tell him, no, that's not what he would do. This is, and who do you think's going to watch that show? Everybody who plays the game. Everybody who plays the game is going to watch that show, and you start to stray off the road. What's the matter with you people? They did it with the Master Chief in that TV show. That Fallout, they didn't do that. They followed the game, and everybody loved the show. But don't mess with our guys, okay? Just come in, make a movie, go home, collect your millions of dollars. If you start messing with things, we're gonna get all We're gonna get all pissed at you. So don't turn Star Wars into juvenile delinquents on fire. I don't know what the heck they did there. So that's okay. We're done with that. Oh gosh, that frightens me every time.
Okay, it frightens me a little bit too. Okay, I got another little thing for you to watch here, folks.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Here we go. You ready?
Here we go. This is exciting. Exciting news.
You see that, John?
Here we are.
Yeah. Look at that.
Coming up. The title prediction. He's smiling.
He's smiling. He will give us the announcement. Here we are.
Come on, any day now.
Somebody say something.
This wasn't queued up, obviously. Here we go.
Here, read it.
Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum. Habemus papam.
There's me. I'm in there. Can you see me?
Yeah, I say right there.
Eminentissimum. Ac reverendissimum Dominum. Dominum Robertum Franciscum. Sancte Romane Ecclesiae Cardinalem Prevost. Qui sibi nomen imposuit Leonem decimum quartum.
That was it. They named him. Are they going to do it in English?
I think that's pretty much the end of this thing here. Oh, he's gone. Okay. And there we go.
So the Pope is Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, who's taken the name of Leo the 14th.
14th. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Leo the 14th, the new Pope. He's coming in, and that's why I have this ethereal look to my visage right here, because this is the Popal aura from God coming over me. Yes.
Here's just a couple of little tidbits. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost. I hope I said that right, Your Eminence. He's from Chicago. He's an American Pope. He's the very first American Pope ever. Okay.
Yeah. Did you know he wasn't even on the boards for? They had like Las Vegas had
a betting board.
A betting board. He wasn't even on the board.
He what? No, I did not know that. Now.
He wasn't even the top three, and he was not even on the board. So nobody saw that coming.
So he'd be kind of like the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah,
not expected to even be in the playoffs, and there he is.
Yeah. He would have been. If you could have put some money on that guy right there, you'd have made some cash.
I understand. I heard this second knowledge. That's not the right word. Anyway, second hand. That's what I'm going to say. That he was only a cardinal for like 23 months.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure if that's true. I just heard that.
So
he worked for 2 decades in Peru. Did you know that? Yeah,
I did know that.
And then I guess from what I was told, he came into America and he worked at the Vatican for a couple of years or something, and then became a cardinal, I guess.
Yeah, he's been at the Vatican for the past couple of years. I guess that's how you do it. First, you poison the old Pope, and then after you've got everything all. I mean, he's from Chicago. Come on now.
You're gonna.
He's all mobbed up.
Right. And he's 69 years old.
Yeah, he's young, I guess, by Popal standards.
Right. Yeah. Now, if you're watching this and you're 25, you're saying, "Oh my God, he's old."
Yeah.
You get to be our age. That's not so old.
Yeah. Be careful. So like, what a youngster.
Okay. So I got to tell you, you might know this already, but I was raised Catholic.
Me too.
Raised Catholic.
Yeah.
I'm a Bible believing. I don't know what am I. Bible believing Christian who's serious about his relationship with the Lord. But I was raised Catholic as a little kid, a young adult, whatever you want to call it. And I was even a altar boy for a while. And at one point in time, I wanted to be a priest. So that's when I was, way younger.
Yeah.
Now I just love God. So,
yeah.
Okay, your thoughts, John. I don't want to get too serious here.
Nothing. I think that's pretty exciting. I mean, I wasn't serious about the fact he was all mobbed up, but I think, and I don't think he poisoned the Pope either. But
that's good.
But I do think it's pretty cool because he's the first American, and nobody thought that would ever happen. So that's kind of cool. And so it's kind of neat. It'll be interesting to see how he does and how things go, and if he's going to be as I guess polarizing as Francis might have been. Which
I heard the commentators today on Fox anyway. They said that they expect him to be more centrist than Francis was. So
we'll see.
That's a little bit more in the middle. So
yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Well, it's good. It's good. I don't know how the Catholic people feel about him, but it's nice to have somebody, in the cloth there, as it were, running the church, running things. We don't like that seat to be vacant for a long time.
And they elected him on the second day of conclave, which is pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I think it was, from what I heard today, it was like the fourth or fifth vote, one of those two, which is pretty quick.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
So I'm wondering why the bettors didn't have any insight into this. How come they didn't see this all coming? Maybe the other guys really messed it up in the interview or something. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts today, John?
No, I'm glad that the Pope is good. So I'm glad we have a Pope now, and I am excited about Mission Impossible coming out. So
yes, can't wait to go see that.
That is a great thing.
There were a couple other movies too that are coming out too. I forgot the name of them at the moment, but
Superman's coming out. I want to see that.
Yeah,
mostly because it has a super dog in it, and I love dogs. So Crypto's in there, and you can't go wrong with Crypto.
There you go.
That's all right.
Well, I guess maybe that wraps up it's a wrap today.
If that's a wrap for the wrap.
You hear that music going? There it is. All right, yeah, episode 14, baby.
Captain America.
It's a wrap.
Oh yeah. There you go. That was all we needed.
That was okay, I guess.